Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
I'm Jake.
And that's right, wide shot, I'm wearing pajama pants, don't judge me.
You can't see my pants. They're slacks, they're pleated slacks, I'm very fancy.
Anyway, so today we're back to do more of our atheist Bible study. We're getting pretty deep into this thing at this point.
Balls deep. Pretty soon we're gonna have to stuff those in too.
You know.
Duffel bag.
Yeah. Can you not use an index finger for that? Jesus Christ. It's like a fakir's bed of nails. You need many points of pressure, otherwise it's gonna be too rough.
Well, maybe, ooh, I could go to Walmart and get one of those really cheap plastic spatulas.
That would help. Plus you can make eggs with it later. Anyway, so today we're continuing. Are we starting in Mark, since that is the earliest canonically?
Sure.
Okay.
We could start in Mark. We're going to talk today about Jesus sending out the lads. Every one of them, all the lads, are coming out to hang out and do stuff. All the 12. Jesus is sending out the 12s. This is in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, not in John. And then after that, feed the 5,000 or some shit.
Yeah, he's gonna do
which is all over.
He's gonna do the coolest fucking shit God has ever done. Feed hungry people.
Yeah, not since the manna has God actually fed hungry people starving in desertified areas. So, this should be good. I don't know what he's gonna feed them. It's a big mystery. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be like, did you see that that semi-viral tweet the other day where someone, it takes like 6 hours to make this fucking thing, and it's like a barbecue chicken pizza, but it's not. But it's made it's barbecue chicken on top of a tortilla, and then another tortilla's on top of that, and they freeze it, and so it's big blocks of barbecue chicken, and then they take the frozen wedges of barbecue chicken tortilla things and put it in flour and egg wash and breadcrumbs. Then they deep fry it. Then they take it out. Then they put cheese and pepperoni on it. Then they bake it. And then you eat it.
I'm in favor of this. I'm in favor. You had me at, like, pizza. When deep fry comes into it, I don't even know if I'm responsible for my actions.
So, let's set the scene like a Shakespearean play. Jesus was out talking to some people about being a prophet and making sure that you listen to the right prophet, not the wrong one.
What Shakespearean plays have you seen where that...
The histories...
By the way, everyone...
No, the histories... The chorus comes out and they're like, here's the stage, it's very fancy. But I wasn't going to do that because I hadn't prepped.
There's some fucking Capulets. Some Montagues.
No, that's not the history.
They're not big fans.
No, that's...
Their kids are gonna fuck. Let's do this!
That's not how that play goes at all.
Globe Theater! Woo!
So Henry V is something like that, where you have like a chorus that does that and sets the historical stage. You fucking fool. You uncultured piece of shit.
I think Othello has that too.
Maybe. Anyway. By the way, I performed that with Ollie from Philosophy Tube the other day.
Oh.
Henry V. It's available, there'll be a link later. It's it's almost 3 hours long. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. Ready?
Yeah. It's only been
Shh.
However long.
They're here for our personalities, not for Jesus.
Debatable.
Then, after talking about Shakespeare, Jesus went around teaching from village to village, calling the 12 to him. He began to send them out 2 by 2 and gave them authority over impure spirits.
That's good. Even Jesus recognizes the value of the buddy system, and I respect that.
Yeah. Also, impure spirits, those are the gay ones. But not the asexual ones. These were his instructions. Take nothing for the journey. This is Chad Jesus, okay?
Okay.
Take nothing for the journey except a staff. No bread, no bag, no money in your belts. Wait. Do they have, like, just coin belts? Because I assumed the bag was to hold the coins. Like, or does Jesus separate pouches from bags? And if so, much like the hot dog sandwich conversation, are pouches bags?
Pouches are definitely bags.
Pouches are bags,
Pouches
right?
are a type of bag.
Then why is Jesus making a distinction here? He is the savior of all men and our Messiah.
Maybe in Aramaic, pouches and bags are different words. I don't speak Aramaic. I'm not Mel Gibson, so I can't help you.
I'm gonna assume instead of pouches, they actually had like arcade guy coin.
Oh, that'd
slots.
be fucking sweet. I can
Right.
see Jesus being like, "Hey kids,
Ting,
how you
ting,
doing?"
ting,
Ching,
ting,
ching.
ting. Brings out some quarters, like go play Galaga.
Throws them at poor people.
Yeah.
Not soft either. He fucking.
You gotta be like, it's like playing basketball when Jesus walks by. Prepare for the past. It's probably coming.
If you don't get a bruise, you haven't earned that money.
That's right. Wear sandals, but not an extra shirt. Because that would be very unstylish. 2 shirts with sandals? Not in this group. Not in our clique. We're the single shirt sandals clique.
Can I also point out that there are a limited number of words in the Bible that Jesus actually speaks that are red words that are supposedly verbatim from Jesus' mouth. And one of the lines is him explaining what his disciples should wear. Yep. Now, I'm not a book editor.
No.
But if I'm looking at this, I maybe go, you know, the love your neighbor stuff, that's cool. That's great. The feeding the 5,000, that's great too. This t-shirt stuff seems very relevant to your disciples and no one else. So
this is what makes it real, okay? This is how you can tell it was real, because he's talking about the mundane, all right? Whenever you enter a house, stay there until you leave that town. Well, yeah. Yeah.
It's like an Airbnb. You don't want to jump from place to place while
no,
you're there.
of course not. That'd be too much. Too much of a hassle. So this is good travel advice. And if any place will not welcome... I forgot to chat out. And if any place will not welcome you or listen to you, leave that place and shake the dust off your feet as a testimony against them.
Well, that's good at least. Jesus isn't like, you're gonna fucking quarter yourself in people's houses, and if they don't want you there, fuck them.
Yeah.
That's nice. Jesus respects your property rights.
Yeah.
To an extent. He also tells you to take all you have and give it to the poor at high velocity.
So he's a communist, but not an anarcho-communist.
There you go.
True.
Okay.
All right. They went out and preached that people should repent. They drove out many demons and anointed many sick people with oil and healed them.
We don't get those stories verbatim, but the shirt advice, that's key.
We don't get the how they do it. No, there's no advice to continue these practices, okay? So if you have demons in you, gotta go to the Catholics. Can't count on Jesus and crew. Gotta go to the Catholics. They made up their own shit, so.
You know what bums me out about that? It seems like the only people who have, like, a monopoly on exorcising demons, if demons were real, shouldn't be the same people fucking kids. I just want to put that.
Maybe I would assume if demons were involved in real life, they probably wouldn't give the right information on how to get rid of them to the kid fuckers.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like, but at least once there's got to be a Venn diagram where one guy goes like, "Out, ye demon," and the demon's like, "Really, guy? Okay.
Come on.
Come on.
You fuck kids.
I watch the news." I feel like demons would stay well informed.
Yeah, what else are they gonna do between demon stuff? What's a demon thing? What's even a demon activity? Making a girl writhe in bed? That just sounds sexual.
Are you talking about...
I was talking about...
What's her face?
What?
I thought you were talking about the chick from The Exorcist.
Yeah, she was writhing in bed the whole time.
Okay.
But it sounded more sexual than I intended.
Especially considering she was like 14 when that was filmed.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's not very different than a Catholic priest, so...
Full circle, alright.
We did it.
I use pea soup in all of my sexual encounters.
What is it?
That's the noise it makes.
Now in Matthew, which comes chronologically later, Jesus sends out the 12 in chapter 10, verse 1. I've got to say...
Can I just point out... The thing we read previously was like it was like 2 paragraphs, if that, and it's Bible paragraphs, which are short. This version, which comes later,
it's robust,
is fucking huge, and they added so much of red letters. So, like, basically for decades, the story went without all these Jesus quotes, and then someone went,
"Yep,
hey guys, remember that stuff Jesus said verbatim 20 years ago? We should write that shit down." Verbatim.
It's, well, it's time. Jesus called his 12 disciples to him and gave them authority to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. All of them?
I think he's failed.
I think maybe it didn't work.
Because there are more diseases now, I would imagine. In fairness, we've beaten some. Polio? Fuck polio, I guess.
Nailed it. Unless you don't vaccinate your child.
Or unless you were in the iron lung business, I guess. That was probably a bummer.
What a bummer.
That was the one guy who was like, oh, fuck!
Iron lungs right after the polio disease were the fidget spinners of medical equipment.
Big Iron Lung is creating the anti-vaxxers. They're going underground and funding it so that they can get back in business.
Big Iron Lung.
Yeah.
True. That's what happened. It's a fact. True facts today. You're learning a lot. This is the deep state. This is what the deep state is teaching our children. These are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, who was called Peter because fuck names, and his brother Andrew, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, James, son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. Spoiler! What the fuck?
What a dick move.
Page 542, and this guy just fucking ruined the ending. What a jackass.
Imagine Darth Vader boards the Alderaan cruiser.
I'm your dad.
By the way,
Luke's dad.
Leia's dad. That's all I have to
Skywalker.
Say.
Now that's pod racing.
By the way, did you see the... Of course you saw the Star Wars trailer.
Yeah.
Evil C-3PO. Alright.
Are red eyes evil?
Yeah. Okay. It's Star Wars. Yes, red eyes are evil. You fucking idiot.
That's true. That's my fault.
I liked The Last Jedi. The comments are not for discussing this, though.
Second best Star Wars movie of all time. You're allowed to be wrong. I will delete every fucking one of your comments. You will scream into the void for eternity. This is not arguable. You're wrong. Now I just drove engagement. Why win twice? These 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions, and then he took a giant fucking breath, and he spoke for an uninterrupted 13 minutes. Here we go. This is not going to be Chad Jesus, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. This is normal Jesus, because this one's true. Do not go among the Gentiles, or enter any town of the Samaritans. Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely give.
Why is it Fop Jesus now?
It was an artistic choice.
Okay.
Because every like monologue in old timey, and I mean, like, this is old timey.
Sure.
Well, you gotta do it with your stage theater voice. This is Sir Patrick Stewart, young Sir Patrick Stewart, pretty much. I'm a thespian.
Has Patrick Stewart ever been young? I gotta look this up.
I feel like young Patrick Stewart
I gotta look
doesn't
up Patrick
exist,
Stewart
right?
with hair. That's gotta be weird.
Wait a second. Patrick Stewart's hair? I had never actually considered looking for this information. Okay, he has fake hair in some stuff. And I mean, he had a little bit of hair in Star Trek. I present to you Sir Patrick Stewart with hair.
Here's one.
Yeah, well, we could just do it in post. It's the year 2019. We're fine. I feel like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are going to die at the exact same moment in time. And that's sad.
I think it's beautiful. Their bro friendship is a beautiful thing.
Really sad Patrick Stewart isn't gay because they'd be the cutest fucking couple.
Is Ian McKellen married? Or
I don't
with
know.
someone?
I thought he had a partner. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway. I mean, in case you're... Ian, in case you're looking for somebody...
He's a little old for me.
You take that. You that is out of respect. If Ian McKellen walks to your door and in the Magneto voice, I can't do it, says, "Hey, would you like to fondle my old balls in exchange for 3 years of marriage?" You say yes. I'd say yes.
I'd be like, "Are you gonna give me some of that Lord of the Rings money?" Was he in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, he was Gandalf.
Yeah, okay.
What? Do not get any gold or silver or copper to take with you in your belts. No bag for the journey or extra shirt or sandals or a staff, for the worker is worth his keep. That's not really... The last thing you said didn't justify telling them not to do the other stuff. I'm tossing that out there. That didn't really have anything to do with that. Okay. Whatever town or village you enter, search there for some worthy person and stay at their house until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it is not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave the home or town and shake the dust off your feet. Truly, I tell you, it will be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than that town. Wow, what a nice guy Jesus is. If you go to a town and you start talking your religious mumbo jumbo at them, and they're like, "Hey, buddy, it's dinner time, and I really don't want to hear this right now, Philip." I'm just tossing one of them in there. You storm out of that town, shake the dust off your feet, because those motherfuckers are going to get it worse than those gays back in Sodom and Gomorrah with the fire and the brimstone. Way worse.
This is what gets me when people say that Jesus is like a really peaceful, nice guy. Not really. It's sort of the difference between like a guy who will openly beat you in public and a guy who like will do it in secret and have you cover your bruises. And gaslight the shit out of you so you don't tell people. Like, Jesus is nice. He's not good. There are two different words. Nice and good are... like, Jesus still wants to burn people. He's just, like, kinder about the way he tells you.
He has more options. It's not good, still.
No.
This is the Hillary-Trump dichotomy, okay? God is Trump, Jesus is Hillary. If you gotta pick...
Sure.
Jesus, I guess? But you don't have to, it's not real.
Hillary Clinton is also not real.
That's
true. By the way.
Yeah. Since Epstein got suicided, that was her last Horcrux, and it's all gone.
I was gonna say she's a pterodactyl wearing human skin, and I don't know why.
that tracks for me in my head, though. That makes sense. Jesus continues unshakenly toward his end goal of delivering this fucking monologue. I am sending you out like sheep among wolves. His voice changed again. Therefore be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. Be on your guard. You will be handed over to the local councils and be flogged in the synagogues. On my account you will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles. Is that the first time we've read the word Gentiles?
Yeah.
But when they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At the time you will be given what to say, for it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Okay, maybe prep.
Yeah.
Maybe go through like what you would say a little bit in your head. Don't just wing it. Not everyone's good at that.
I feel like this is the stage fright version of the verse where it tells you to handle snakes and you'll be fine. Imagine someone who just doesn't have the words like, but Jesus told me they'll be there, and then you get up and you're like, oh fuck. Nope. Just me in here. Got nothing.
How many of these people do you think just had mental problems? Like,
I don't know. I think
that's... Like, people that are like, oh, God's speaking to me. Do you think that was just, like, literally, like, they had a psychosis, or they had something going on, like...
Some of them might be. I think a lot of them...
I think Revelation's the one that's most likely.
That's the drug one, for sure. I don't know. Some could be people not understanding, like, their own thoughts and where they come from and ascribing a supernatural source to them.
Yeah. I just think it's interesting to... Like, because all of us, obviously, we understand together, collectively, that we all can, like, hear our own thoughts. Yeah. Most people, I think, and visualize things. Not everyone can do that, but most people can. Yeah, and so maybe it'd be pretty weird if you had a particularly intense version of that comparative to your peers. Maybe that's the case. Enough critical analysis, though. This is probably just bullshit. It's probably not that highbrow. It's probably literally just bullshit. Brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of me, but the one who stands firm at the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. Truly I tell you, you will not finish going through the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes.
Whoops. I think they've seen all the towns in Israel by now. He didn't show up. Surprise.
Jesus workshopping his voice acting skills for his friends while delivering vital information to them continues. The student is not above the teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for students to be like the teachers and servants like the masters. If the head of the house has been called Beelzebul, how much more the members of this household? I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea. I just know he dropped Beelzebul, the Lord of the Flies. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's my commentary on that paragraph. Nothing? Me neither. Continuing on. So do not be afraid of them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed or hidden that will not be made known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the roofs.
I like white cowboy Jesus. This is
pretty cool. A little sexy. I feel like he's got that.
He's smoking a.
Yeah, you know that like I don't know, it's like the unbuttoned top of the colonial shirt where it's like that sweat, and he's got the. I feel like he smokes Marlboro.
Yeah.
Marlboro.
Yes, but say it like a normal human being.
Salmon.
Marlboro.
Marlboro.
Yeah, that's close.
Do not be afraid of those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Wait, they can destroy the soul in hell? I didn't know they had that technology. I thought soul was forever going to be in hell, but technically you can get disintegrated out of existence. Which is good.
I assume this was from an earlier thing where
they were still
tooling with the idea of hell and what it was in the afterlife. Because obviously the Jewish tradition is quite different than the modern Christian one. So,
are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Are they? Is that such a well-known, people are buying the shit out of sparrows? They're like Furbies just flying off the shelves. But they're a deal. They're only a penny.
I wish Jesus would just speak in odd idioms all the time.
I don't really understand.
People are like, I think this is wisdom. I don't. It sounds good.
I guess? I don't really understand what it means at all. Speaking of the sparrows, yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care, and even the very hairs of your head are all numbered, so don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. Thanks, buddy. How many sparrows do you think we're worth each? If each costs a penny, no, 2 costs a penny. It's like a deal. It's like a breakfast burrito at McDonald's.
As a pair, we're worth
one pair of sparrows. You could swap sparrows out and they could just sit on the mic stand and go or whatever sparrows sound like, and you guys would get 35 minutes of entertainment still.
That'd be a better channel, just to be a bird watching channel.
Should we migrate to a bird? That's a bird joke. Should we migrate to a bird watching channel?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't think birds get demonetized, do they?
They'll find a way. I feel like they'll find a way. One of the birds will learn the word dick and it'll just be fucking over. Whoever acknowledges me before the others, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before the others, I will disown before my Father in heaven. Do not suppose I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against his mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, A man's enemies will be the members of his own household.
So once again, Jesus
What?
not being particularly peaceful, he's saying, I'm come to bring conflict. I'm here to tell you the way that is the only way, it's my way. Otherwise, fuck you.
I'm not bringing, I don't know, whatever other people think Jesus brings, fucking high fives and butt slaps. That's not what's occurring. He wants to stab your face with a steel sword. Seems like a short sword guy.
Yeah. Gives
Like a
him more
gladius. Yeah.
He girds his loins and he gets real limber.
I feel like he gets low. Lower pad level means you get more leverage.
Just a short sword and a buckler. Jesus. And maybe a whip.
He's got a whip.
It's the whip he took from the people when he did the whipping at
at
the fucking money changers.
That's loot. You don't give up loot drops.
Right?
Come on. Anyone who loves their father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Wow. Anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. I want to reiterate what I just said here, okay? Jesus just said, if you love your mother, father, son, or daughter more than you love Jesus, you're not worthy of Jesus' love. From an outsider perspective, I'm an atheist. I don't believe this. Christian person watching this, wow. First of all, good on you. Can't believe you tolerated it this long. Second of all, he's a fucking douchebag. That's a douchebag thing to say. That's like you know that movie with Mark Wahlberg where he finger blasts the Legally Blonde chick? What's her name?
Reese Witherspoon.
Thank you. Fuck. So Mark Wahlberg ends up going to Reese Witherspoon's family and like threatening them and shit. This is Jesus.
Let it be known, if you Google Mark Wahlberg fingering movie, you will get results.
Whoever does not take up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. So, this sounds a little Islami.
Hello.
Just toss that out there. Sounds pretty martyry. Not healthy. Anyone who welcomes you welcomes me, and anyone who welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Whoever welcomes a prophet as a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and whoever welcomes a righteous person as a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And if anyone gives even a cup of cold water to one of these little ones who is my disciple, truly I tell you, that person will certainly not lose their reward.
Referring to 12 grown men as little ones, and I know he's talking about not just his literal disciples, but like everyone who believes in him, makes me a little uncomfortable.
You know who that reminds me of? Celebrity, singer, dancer, Michael Jackson. The little ones. Michael Jackson, Jesus confirmed? Who knows? Moving on to Luke! Chapter 9. Jesus is going to send the 12 out again, but don't you worry, he was very brief this time. So, the editors of the Bible, I think, they saw Mark, and they're like, that was succinct. And then they saw Matthew, and they're like, we got to make some changes. So Luke comes up, which is later than both of those, and now they're like, okay, we're going to settle on a middle ground. Instead of one paragraph, let's go for 2 pretty good-sized paragraphs. And this is what they wrote. When Jesus had called the 12 together, he gave them power and authority to drive out all demons and to cure diseases. And he sent them out to proclaim the kingdom of God and to heal the sick.
That's pretty... Can we just point out it's that Jesus Bruce Almighty 12 people? And like we only hear about it briefly?
Yep.
Shouldn't there be more stories of like, wow, these people traveled the countryside of Jerusalem just curing fucking diseases?
Probably because it's not true.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesus told them, take nothing for the journey, no staff, no bag, no bread, no money, no extra shirt, whatever the house you enter, stay there until you leave the town. If people do not welcome you, leave the town, shake off the dust of your feet as a testimony against them. Nothing about them dying like dogs in like Sodom and Gomorrah, so a little bit better message.
This one, they brought back the shirt comment, though.
Yeah, they did.
That's important. Don't bring extra clothes, you pussies.
That's right. I don't want to see... I want your shirt to be musky. That's how they know you traveled a long time.
Trust that fart. No extra pants.
Possible shart is Jesus trust falls?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So they set out and went from village to village proclaiming the good news and healing people everywhere. Everywhere. Now, Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was going on, and he was perplexed because some were saying that John had been raised from the dead, others that Elijah had appeared, and still others that one of the prophets a long ago had come back to life. But Herod said, I beheaded John. Who then is this I hear such things about? A little bit of a spoiler. John gets beheaded.
I think they bring him his head on a platter.
Anyway, so, that's the end of this one. Jesus sent out the 12 one time. Someone in that room spilled the tea. That's all I'm saying. And it was whoever talked to Matthew.
3 people did, and one of them paid way more attention than the other 2.
Luke and Mark were trying to... That's propaganda, right? The real story is Matthew, okay? That's what the deep state doesn't want you to know, okay? Is the Matthew tale. When Jesus is like, kill those fuckers. They don't deserve me.
Okay.
That's real Jesus.
That seems in character for God. Anyway, so that's it. If you didn't see our previous video on Ben Shapiro's book, the first chapter of that, welcome to the new studio, by the way. We are in a new studio with a wide shot.
Also, you should go see that Ben Shapiro thing. It'll be linked at the end of this this thing, so go and click on that and check it out. Is that monetized yet?
I don't know.
It wasn't monetized earlier. Please, because things aren't getting monetized ever, we would appreciate your patronage on patreon.com/Hugo and Jake. For as minimal as a $1, you get access to videos that aren't able to be monetized other than the Ben Shapiro one right away. So if,
that got demonetized while I was sleeping.
Yeah.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. So if we catch something like that, you'll get early access to things like that until we can figure out whether or not they're monetizable. Also, you will get access to extra content, and you will get nifty gifties in the mail at higher tiers at certain parts of the year. So you could also follow Hugo at Hugo Realtor. You could follow me at Papa Bird Jake on the Twitter machine. You ought to do so. Content machines. Content machines. You could also go to twitch.tv/actualjake to check out things I do on there. I do debates and all other stuff, reactions to other videos around the world, and people seem to enjoy it. Is that it? Not all the announcements we usually have at the end of these?
P.O. Box.
Oh, the P.O. Box. True, because we need to get more boy panties. Please don't send me your boy panties.
Let's not make that a thing.
I wasn't actually.
I don't need the FBI up in here being like, who's sending all these fucking children's underwear?
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't care. I don't want to risk
illegal.
it. I don't want to risk. Let's say the FBI has a machine and they scan every piece of mail.
Okay.
And they're like, boop.
Lots of boy panties.
Boop. Book. Boop. Boy panties. It even comes up as boy panties.
Who would put that on the mail? I feel like that says more about their character than ours. Like if I send Donald Trump 50 packages of boy panties, does that are we like, ooh, Donald Trump likes boy panties, or the weirdo that sent him 50 boy panties likes boy panties?
Has Donald Trump been talking about boy panties for multiple years while having boy panties in the background of his videos?
No, but he has been talking about underage women, including his daughter at the time.
Yeah, well,
You're right. Boy panties don't really track. Girl panties.
Until next time, I'm Hugo.
Yeah.
Boy, why do we never get monetized? It's so weird.
So strange.